Hey everyone, just going to take a little bit of time to go over the questions for the week 8 written responses assignment. Go ahead and take a look at that. All right, so remember this is covering the lessons here in the week 8 module, which is chapters 10 and 11. You'll want to make sure that you've gone through those lessons and reviewed those chapters before attempting to complete this assignment. However, you have been submitting these written response assignments up until this point. Stick with that. I'm sure it's been working so far. If there were any problems, we probably fixed those way earlier in the term, but you will have the assignment attached, in a Word document in the instruction area that you can use as your template if you want. Okay, so our chapter 10 question. Number 1, discuss different marketing strategies that you have encountered as a consumer during the past week. Evaluate the strategies. Discuss which ones you found most effective and why, and which were the least effective and why. So obviously, part of chapter 10 is covering marketing strategy. Number 2, choose one of your favorite products. And that doesn't have to be like a physical product that you can hold in your hand. Products are anything that companies offer and we can purchase. Analyze the company's marketing strategy. To what extent did their strategy contribute to your purchasing the product? Discuss ways in which you might improve that strategy without resorting to fallacies or misleading advertising. Okay. Number 3, some people feel that product placement borders on deception. The next time you watch a movie or television show, pay attention to name brand products that appear in the show or movie. Should product placement be regulated? Discuss the moral issues involved in product placement in both adult and children's programming. Number 4, in the futurist movie Minority Report, starring Tom Cruise, each person has a chip embedded that is scanned by billboard advertisements so that the ads are catered to the particular person. While this movie scenario is still fictional, new cell phone technologies such as Foursquare and 1020 Placecast allow marketers to track your location and gear the advertisements on your cell phone to your location. For example, if you are near a Starbucks, they might place a Starbucks advertisement on your cell phone. Discuss ethical issues raised by this practice. Ethical issues. And number 5, what is your favorite ad? What, like, it could be a commercial, a television ad, a magazine ad, any ad. What is your favorite ad? Why do you like it? What is the target audience for the ad? What values are being communicated by this ad? Critically analyze how, if at all, the ad has influenced you or people you know to purchase the product being advertised. All right, chapter 11. Number 1. The news media prefers to report on memorable events such as disasters, kidnappings, and killings, rather than covering ongoing issues. We've talked about that in a previous chapter. But discuss the effect of this type of reporting on how you and others live your daily lives. How does it affect us that the news only reports on those big, memorable events and not the ongoing events that there's no big moment? They're just ongoing issues. Number 2, examine the following headlines. So our first headline is conclusive evidence for Martian life. Discuss what tactics are being used to get your attention. And from just looking at the headline, state what you think the story is about, just based on the headline. And then we've got happiness is controlled by your genes. So again, discuss what tactics are being used to get your attention. And just by looking at the headline, what do you think the story is about? And then our third one, warning, medical websites damage your health, like WebMD, medical website. Discuss what tactics are being used to get your attention, and from just looking at the headline, state what you think the story is about. Number 3, in a highly publicized case at the University of Michigan, a student distributed over the internet a violent sexual fantasy about a fellow student whom he explicitly named, in which she was raped, tortured, and finally killed. The judge ruled that although the story was deeply offensive, it was not a crime. Do you agree with the judge's ruling? Critically evaluate whether incidents such as these should be regulated, banned, or criminalized. And you might, because we have the issue of he wrote this about an actual person and he named that person. So the actual case, think about that. Should that be regulated, banned, or criminalized? Because there's also the idea where, you know, if he had just wrote it and didn't name someone real, would that be different? So kind of think about the whole picture there. Number 4, Google wants to scan books so that they are available to everyone online rather than just to people who can afford to buy them. Discuss arguments for and against downloading copyrighted books, music, and software from the internet. Relate your answer to the concept of the internet as the great equalizer, which is something discussed in those chapters. All right, so that is it for our week 8 written responses over chapters 10 and 11. Do your best on them. Reach out if you have questions. Otherwise, just try to have it in by Sunday night.